It's that time once again for boys high school hoops on the cue. Tonight, the Manistee Catholic Central Sabres look to avenge an opening season loss to the Eagles of Lake Leelanau. Live from Manistee, it's the Sabres and the Eagles. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Axchem Supply, Bottrell Sales and Service, Steelworkers Local 13661, 440 West, United Waste Systems, Link Lumber, Subway, Axo Nobel Salt, Telephone Answering Service, and McDonald's. Locking into Q101 101.5 on your radio dial because boys high school hoops are next. The Manistee Catholic Central Sabres and the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Eagles live from Manistee Catholic. Let's send it out to the voices who will bring you all of tonight's action. Brett Allen and Michael Juneau.
Good evening, everyone. Brett Allen with you here tonight from Manistee Catholic Central Schools for this game between the Manistee Catholic Central Sabres and the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Eagles. Joining me tonight on the broadcast, Mr. Michael Juneau.
Glad to be here.
Mike turned up there. Anyway, Mike joining me tonight. John was supposed to be here, and he headed out of town, and so I'm filling in for him tonight. And,
apparently he owed some taxes, and they were chasing him, so he's out of here.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what he told me this afternoon. IRS is in town.
Hopefully
Maybe
he beat
go.
the weather.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, the weather out there is not real good. I hear downstate, and it's slowly moving our way. In case you haven't noticed, it's snowing outside pretty decently out there, and the roads are going to become a little slippery tonight, so use caution when traveling.
That's right. That early spring we thought we were getting is no longer, and that's why we're starting just a little bit early tonight. We would have been maybe starting the usual time had the JV game gone into overtime. It almost did, but all those JV kids, they put up the effort, but they just fell 2 points short. It was a heartbreaker for them.
That was a funny finish indeed.
Incredible.
5-on-4 tonight. Well, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to talk to Coach Gordon Costello of the Manistee Catholic Central Sabres. Actually, John will talk with him. The Coach's Clipboard Show coming up right after this from Axchem Supply. You're listening to High School Sports on the only game in town, Q101.
Well, Coach, you had another big game coming off on Nekema, taking on Brethren, and it was a fairly close game throughout the first half, and then the third quarter they really broke it open. Tell us about that game a little bit.
Well, we worked hard on to be prepared for Brethren's trapping zone, and we fell a little short of our goal in the first half. We turned the ball over 15 times. Trying to execute against their zone defense, which is really aggressive, and they do a nice job with it. We did successfully break it down a few times and scored some easy baskets, but not like what we would have liked to have. Third quarter, after halftime, we did some things on the chalkboard downstairs, and I thought the kids in the third quarter did real well executing against their zone. We didn't turn the ball over, and we scored easy baskets. We shot basket for basket with them the first half of the third quarter, until Sean Jacobs started firing them up. He scored, looks like 20 points in the third quarter. Like 4 or 5 3-pointers and a couple 3-point plays. I had to mix up some people in the guard differently because I had to pull the one guy out of the game. He had AJ Neeson had a few fouls, 3 fouls on him, and they took advantage of that and went to Sean every time down the floor, and he was successful from outside the arc, and then once that happened, then he was able to start taking the ball to the hole because people were coming out on him hard. So, you got to give him some credit. But if you threw away some of the turnovers the first half and the big third quarter that they ended up having, the game would have been real close, I think.
How was the morale of the team kind of after the game? It's two crosstown rivals, and you may see them again, probably will later in the season. Were they really down after that one?
Well, the kids were upset with their play. They knew they didn't play as well as they certainly could have. But once like we've been talking all season, we just take every win and loss and try to at least get something out of it. We realize what we did wrong, and we've been working real hard at correcting these things. And sometimes a loss isn't all that bad if it's going to help you out down the road. So I know in the past 2 days we've improved immensely and have a better understanding of pressure and how to attack pressure, and to kind of keep your plays. And and how to get everybody involved on the floor when there's double teaming going on instead of just being a spectator on the floor. You've got to be coming to the ball and be active and this type of thing. So, the loss wasn't totally.
It was shattering.
No, there's some benefit there we got out of that.
Well, it's good to be learning now at this point in the season rather than later on in the tournament. Now you take on Lake Leelanau, St. Mary's, open the season with them. I'm sure you guys really want this game. You've been waiting for it for a while. Talk about that first game a little bit. They kind of jumped out early on you, and you made a valiant run at the end, but who do you really got to stop against them?
Well, the guy we have to stop is Nick Hannenberg. He's 6'6". He's the tallest guy on their team. He goes to the boards real hard and he jumps. He's a pretty good athlete. He's a very good player. He does not play the traditional role of center inside. He plays more of a power forward actually from the perimeter. So, he's got the ability to shoot the three out there and be able to put the ball on the floor and take it to the hole, which you don't normally see with 6'6" kids. But he's able to do all that. So we're going to we're going to start Eric Kruznak on defense. He ended up playing defense on Nick Hannenberg most of the game the first time we played him, and did a real nice job. He shut him out the third quarter and didn't allow him to score. So with his quickness, that's going to help out.
Stop his penetration.
Right.
As far as where do you feel this team is right now? It seems like you've had kind of a lot of inconsistencies. You can play so well with like 5 guys and then come back and have some turnovers and things like that. Is this team still learning and growing together?
Yeah, since we had a lot of some changes in the lineup and changes in the personnel on the team, it's kind of like starting the season all over for us. And we've gone from that win-loss into
win-win,
lose. So I expect a win tonight.
Right. And
a win next Tuesday.
Start the streak again.
Right, but we're starting to come into our own. And I know it sounds like an excuse, but with the chemistry on the floor changing and trying to get new people indoctrinated, it's not real easy in mid-season to have a turnover of that many players in your team. There's three players involved here that aren't here anymore, and out of 8 kids, that's about a 30-year team,
right?
Or more than 30-year team. So, I guess we've done all right considering that. And the big thing is the kids have hung together and they've still got a good attitude. So they know that there's better things ahead.
Right. Well, Coach, thanks a lot for stopping up, and good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot.
This has been the Axe Chem Supply Coaches Clipboard Show with Coach Gordon Koshtel.
We're back live here at Manistee Catholic Central Schools. Just heard the Axe Chem Supply Coaches Clipboard Show. Coach Gordon Koshtel and Q101 Sports Director John Curtis. Well, we're just about ready to start tonight's ball game with player introductions. Our set. Starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Eagles, starting at a guard, a 5'9" senior, number 32, Avery Bunnick. At the center spot, 6'6", junior, number 20, Nick Hannenberg. Number 30 is Josh Bellinger, a 6-foot junior. He's the forward. Also at the forward spot, Julius Bunnick, the 6'1" sophomore, wearing 33, and number 31, playing a guard, Trevor Bunnick, 6-foot sophomore. So a lot of Bunnick going on out there tonight for the Eagles, Mike.
Yeah, the starting lineup for the Sabres, Eric Kruznak, number 10. He's a senior, 6'1" guard. At the other guard position, Alex Neeson, bit of a change up there. He's the senior, 6'1", also the guard. Number 13, Josh Adams. Number 21, he is 5'9". He will be the other kind of off guard. They're going to go with like a 3-guard rotation tonight. And of course, Sean Winchester at center, number 25, 6'5". And the other guy rounding out the starting lineup, Jeff Fisher, number 11. He's a junior, brought up from the JV, 5'11", the forward.
And before Mike can finish the player introductions, the Sabres score on a pass from Winchester underneath the number 15, John Fisher, and he lays in the deuce. 2-0, but back the other way. The Eagles driving. Number 24, the Eagles, Nick Hannenberg, draws a foul. It's going to go against go against Sean Winchester. That'll be his first, team first. Hannenberg at the line to shoot a pair. First one is on the way. It's good. 2-1 is our score. Just underway here at MCC. 7:27 to go in the first. Second one is on the way. And this one is good as well. We're tied at 2. So Krusniak will bring up the ball for the Sabres. We have a tie ball game here early. Gives it up to Neeson over in the corner, trying to go to Adams, and he has it picked off there by number 30, Josh Bellinger of the Eagles. Eagles defeated the Sabres last time around up at Leland High School to start the Sabres season. Sabres were down 17 in that ball game late, and they cut the lead down to 3 before finally losing that ball game by 3. Along the baseline driving is number 32, Avery Bunnick. And he puts it up and it drops and he's fouled. Foul's going to go against number 13, Alex Neeson, his first, team second. Avery. Go ahead, Mike.
Number 32, Bunnick, made a nice move to the baseline, reverse layup. Beautiful kiss off the glass. And as you said, he's at the line going for 3, and he gets it. Neeson will inbound to Krusniak.
Eagles are a quick team, and that's something the Sabres are going to be concerned with throughout the ball game. They have their own quickness, but they'll tell you the Eagles out there, they have some speed. Adams with the ball, kicks it long cross court to Fisher. Top of the key now, Krusniak. Fakes the 3, gives it off down the lane, goes Neeson, dumps off, nice dish pass to Winchester, can't buy it, gets his own rebound, gets it off the glass for 2 and a foul.
What a beautiful pass by Neeson as he drove in the lane. Could have taken a shot, but he saw that Winchester was alone under the boards, and I don't know how he got that pass in there, but he did. And Winchester thought he might go to the line to shoot 2, but no, he'll take it out of bounds.
Matter of fact, they waved off the basket. And now the inbound pass comes into Adams, and he loses it out of bounds. So a turnover for the Sabres. They trail at 5-2 early on.
Didn't even give the Sabres a shooting foul on that. Very surprising on that call.
Yeah, I didn't get that one at all, Mike. Well, the Eagles have the ball. Their point guard is Avery Bunnick. Gives it up to Trevor Bunnick. As we said, there's 3 of them on this St. Mary's team. Over in the corner, Josh Bellinger. He threw it, tried to throw it inside. The ball was,
I think they called it a legal pick on the
yeah, they
team.
called it a moving screen there. So the Sabres with the ball, they're down 3-5-2, and they're looking to possibly tie the ball game or drop the lead down to 1. And once again, a nice dish down the lane by number 13, Alex Neeson, finds the open Winchester for the easy deuce.
Yeah, beautiful passing tonight by Neeson, driving into the lane. That's just unselfish play, dishing off to the big man inside.
Back the other way now, the Eagles with the ball. Shot is up and no good from Hannenberg from 6 feet. Rebound comes down to the Sabres. They quickly push it up. Once again, they go inside. Winchester, shot is up, blocked.
And so far tonight, Brett, I almost called you John.
Don't do that, Mike.
So far tonight, the Sabres are doing a really concentrated effort of just getting the ball into the hands of Shauna Winchester. Some nice passing by Josh Adams, Alex Neeson, and Jeff Fisher. And Winchester so far is basically getting good position in the paint. When that happens, you got to get him the ball. And he misses his first free throw. He doesn't usually do that. He's shooting over 80% from the line this season. Outstanding from the free throw line. Gets the second one.
We're tied at 5:35 to play here in the first quarter from Manistee Catholic. Bringing it up for the Eagles, Avery Bunnick. Hounded out there by Adams, dishes it off. Julius Bunnick, brother, goes inside. The shot is up, blocked by John Fisher, but the Eagles come up with the board. They work it over on the wing, driving Hannenberg, looks to go underneath with a scoop, has it partially blocked. Winchester comes up with the loose ball.
Great block by Jeff Fisher there that really keyed that defensive stop by the Sabres.
Good play. Sabres still with the ball now. They tried it down the lane. Decent little scoop shot, no good. Tries for the rebound, and we're going to have a foul call. It's going to be an over-the-back call against Nick Hannenberg. Hannenberg is the 6'6" center on this ball team. He does the majority of the scoring, him and Bellinger. So they'll look to get him in foul trouble early, and he's got one.
So far, Alex Neeson really being active inside the paint.
Well, a nice give and go there on the inbound is Winchester broke to the basket, and he's finding some easy hoops here early on in this ball game. He's got 6 so far. And the Sabres are up 7-5. 3-point attempt out on the wing is up and no good by Avery Bunnick. The rebound comes down to Winchester. Quickly, outlet pass goes to Krusniak. He'll push it up. Pass intended for John Fisher is deflected out of bounds, and the Sabres will hold on to it underneath their own window. 4:33 to go.
So far, the Eagles are going to have to do a better job of containing Winchester in paint. He's pretty much doing whatever he wants to do.
Adams, jump shot from about 9, hits it. After a little rattle around.
That was a typical high-arcing shot by Josh Adams, one of the prettiest set shots you'll see. And he's not going to get too many his shots blocked.
No, he does put a lot of arc on it.
He almost hits the rafters.
That one there was classic. Hannenberg with a nice move inside the lane. Adams causing a little interference, not able to get off a good shot. He misses it. Winchester with the rebound. Out left, Krusniak takes it all the way down in the lane and scores. Eric Krusniak with the deuce. It's 11-5 Manistee Catholic. And I'll tell you, Mike, this is not the Catholic team that opened up the season. And, of course, we know that's going to change as the season goes along. Well, the Eagles with the ball, and they work it inside for a shot 32. Avery Bunnick driving, missing the bunny shot as he had good positioning inside. But coming down with the rebound, his brother Julius Bunnick, and he puts up a shot and is fouled.
And a substitution change right now. Harlan Goodrich, he's entering the game. He'll spell Jeff Fisher for some minutes. And as usual, Brett, Sean Winchester doing an outstanding job on the boards tonight. He's got 5 rebounds so far. 1 offensive, and the rest of 4 of those are defensive.
And that'll go along with 6 points. So he's off to a good start in this ball game, and that's what Coach Gordon Costello was hoping for in tonight's game. Second free throw on the way by Bunnick, and he hits it. 11-6 our score. Sabres with the ball, 3:45 to go in the first. Krusniak will push it, gives it up. Neeson back to Krusniak for a long 3. It's up, no good. Rebound, Winchester loses it to Hannenberg, and then tying Hannenberg up just into the game, as Mike said, Harlan Goodrich. But that ball is going to go over to the Eagles on the possession. So the Eagles will bring it up. Avery Bunnick with the ball against Josh Adams. Come inside, Hannenberg looks to drive baseline, cut off there by Neeson. Shot by Hannenberg is up, no good. A rebound. Bellinger can't buy it, but the rebound, number 31, Trevor Bunnick, and he puts it in from 3 feet, 11-8.
Little brother-to-brother combination there off the board.
Well, the Sabres now with the ball, looking to extend the 3-point lead. Winchester tip pass, Goodrich on the wing, shot no good. Coming in, swatting the ball is Adams, almost with a rebound. Now the ball goes out of bounds, and Neeson tries to throw it off one of the Eagle players and misses, and the Eagles come up with a loose ball. Bunnick with the ball, driving the lane, shot is up, no good. They won't count it. But we're going to have a reach foul as number 32, Avery Bunnick, made his drive. Looks like it's going to go against Adams out there. Josh Adams picks up his first, team 4th. And coming into the ball game will be number 5, Matt Blodgett. Also coming back will be number 15, John Fisher, to replace Sean Winchester. So Winchester getting an early breather.
And so far he's had a will of a ball game. And now the test is for the Sabres to control the boards. Guys like Fisher and Goodrich and Neeson, they're going to have to hold their own under the boards as the Eagles just get a quick score.
Hannenberg nails the bunny shot as he drives into the lane, and it's 11-10. Sabres cooling off after a quick start. Down the lane, Neeson takes it in and hits it.
Alex Neeson doing a nice job today of penetrating inside the paint. There's not too many guys that can stay with him off the dribble, Brett.
Not at all, Mike. You're right there. Eagles working inside. Bellinger gets the little bunny off the pass from Hannenberg. So we'll give that basket to Josh Bellinger, and it's 13-12 in favor of the Sabres. Sabres with the ball, working inside. Jump shot by Neeson is no good. He goes out of bounds. Last touch by who? We'll wait for the signal. It's going to stay with the Sabres. 13-12 our score. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter from MCC. Neeson inbound. He does. Fisher kicks it out to an open Krusniak on the wing for the shot. Is up and good. Nice shot there by Krusniak. It's the 7-footer, and it's 15-12 with 1:45 to go in the first.
Beautiful passing by the Sabres. Fisher to Krusniak out on the wing. Unselfish play. Get it to the open man.
Bellinger with a drive has a block from behind by Fisher, but the rebound comes down to Julius Bunnick, and he is fouled.
Nice block by Fisher. That's his second of the night.
He came up from behind to get that one. It was a nice job.
Yeah, he's got those long arms, almost like tree branches, and if you don't watch out, you'll get it swatted back. so far. I'd say Goodrich and Fisher made a very much of a positive impact on this team as they came up from JV. It's good to see them implementing themselves into the system very well.
Well, it's always good when you can see those JV players come up and step right in and contribute right away. It makes coach's job a lot easier when he looks down that bench during the game.
Certainly on this team they had to. They only had 5 players a few weeks ago. You're not going to win too many ball games with only 5 guys.
Bunnick hits the pair, Julius Bunnick. It's now 15-14. Sabres with the ball. Out to the wing for 3. It's up and good for Alex Neeson. He hits the trifecta. 18-14. A minute 20 to play in the first.
Neeson does not put up too many set shots, especially 3 points, but looked good on that one.
Eagles work it inside to the tall guy, Nick Hannenberg, and he cans the little 7-footer. 18-16 our score as we approach a minute to play. Blodgett with the ball, tries to pass it. It's deflected by Bunnick and picked up by 31, Trevor Bunnick. We're going to have to get the name straight out there. Bunnick for 3. It's up no good. Hannenberg with the rebound. Has it stripped away by Krusniak, and we're going to have a foul right away. Krusniak tried to push it up and was fouled there by number 31, Trevor Bunnick. And as I said, we got 3 of them in the game. Julius, Trevor, Jim is on the bench as well, and Avery Bunnick calling the game. So we have 4 of them in the lineup tonight. Could get confusing.
Yeah, a lot of Bunnick. Father came up to us before the game and said, "Get that pronunciation right. You got it, pal."
That's right. Mike had some other kind words for him, but we went on. Anyway.
Oh, it's nice to see that 3 kids in the same team from the same family. That's unusual. A freshman, a sophomore, and a junior, I believe.
Well, the Sabres out there playing a little stall as Blodgett held the ball right at the half-court line for about 7 seconds. And they work it for a play. They try to go inside to Jeff Fisher, or make that John Fisher, I'm sorry. Jump shot is up and missed. The ball goes out of bounds. Tipped around the last touch by the Sabres. So
Fisher should have had that. It was beautiful passing by the Sabres. They've done a nice job. And not Krusniak, but Fisher was underneath the boards. He just couldn't get the bounce, Brett.
6 seconds left. Hannenberg makes a drive, finds a wide open number 30, Josh Bellinger, open underneath the basket, but he was fouled before he could get the shot off. Won't be a shooting foul. However, the Eagles will inbound with 3 seconds left. They'll have a chance to probably get a pretty good shot here. We'll see what happens. Bunnick to trigger. Bellinger for 3 at the horn. It's up, no good. Our score after 1 quarter of play here from Manistee Catholic Central, and a very interesting first quarter it was. The Manistee Catholic Central Sabres lead it 18-16 over Leelanau St. Mary's. We'll be back with more action in just a moment on Q101 Sports, the only game in town. Just underway, second quarter action here at MCC. Sabres lead it by 2. Krusniak works it in the lane, a little 10-footer, nails it. Eric Krusniak was 6 on the night so far to help pace the Sabre attack. They now lead it by 4. Eagles with the ball, top of the key, working the point. Trevor Bunnick gives it up now. Hannenberg, he looks to make the drive, does. Baseline shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it back. Hannenberg with 8 points.
It's good aggressive play by Hannenberg among all Sabres. Went up for a shot, followed it. He worked for it on that one.
Sabres kind of lackadaisical there in the last couple defensive stands. They've let Hannenberg work right into the lane and get some easy shots and some rebounds. Sabres with the ball, look to work it. Krusniak dribbles it off his foot, picked it up. Bunnick takes it all the way down and lays it off the window for 2. Avery Bunnick hits the deuce. He's got 5, and it's tied at 20. 7 minutes to go in the half.
That was a nice steal by number 32, Bunnick. Just picked Krusniak's pocket. And Krusniak atones for that mistake, drives into the lane. Nice looking shot, Brett, out off the rim.
Nice running jump shot, as Mike said. He hit that one off the left foot, kind of falling away, and he gives the Sabres a 2-point lead. Bunnick drives the lane, has it tipped away, but Bellinger comes up with it, but he can't hold on to it, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Eagles. It's 22-20. Sabres by 2. Bringing it up, Alex Neeson. Right wing, Krusniak. He's got it out there. Now kicks it into the corner to Fisher. Fisher underneath Winchester. That was effective in the first quarter. Sean turns, fires, and nails it.
Nice looking shot by Winchester. Had the post up position. Just turn around, a little fade away from the baseline. You're not going to block that shot.
Winchester was 7 so far. on tonight's ball game. Hannenberg with the ball. He hits a 7-footer along the left baseline. Hannenberg's got 10. 24-22 our score. Fast-paced game here tonight. That's the way we like to see it. Adams deep in the left wing for three, and he nails it.
He's all alone on the baseline, that high arcing shot. I think one of these days he will hit the top of the hoop. I mean, he's going to hit it. The arc on that shot. Hit nothing but nylon, Brett.
Yes, he did. That's for sure. Driving the lane as the Eagles push it. Number 33, Julius Bunnick. He can't come up with it. Sabres quickly work it back the other way. Adams firing it up to Winchester, and picking it off there was 31, Trevor Bunnick. So the Eagles now down 5 and look to cut into the Sabre lead. Work it down, Hannenberg on the block. Fires it up, can't buy it. Rebound comes down, fought for, and Adams will get it. Neeson will push it up. Looks to go to the right side out there to Fisher, but fakes it, gives it up. Deflected to Krusniak, and he nails a 7-footer. Eric Krusniak with 10.
Both teams, wow, Brett, both teams really shooting the lights out right now. Sabres just can't miss.
Compared to the other night against Brethren, the Sabres are on fire. As they saw Brethren the other night light these hoops up. And right there with a triple is Avery Bunnick. He's got 8 in the ball game. It's 29-25.
Wow, with the defender in his face, he nailed that three-point shot from the top of the key.
Well, Krusniak tried to drive down the lane. He was looking for an open Fisher on the blocks, and picking it off was Avery Bunnick. And driving inside, putting it up. No good. 31, Trevor Bunnick. Rebound comes down to Winchester, and an outlet pass and a foul. It's going to go against the Eagles. It's going to go against number 30, Josh Bellinger. 29-25 our score here from MCC. And as I said, it's a fast-paced ball game so far. We haven't had a lot of stoppages. Kind of game we like to see, and I know these players and coaches are going to want to see that tonight too, with the weather outside deteriorating quickly. Jump shot in the lane. Neeson pushes it in, misses it. Rebound comes down to the Eagles. Bringing it up, Avery Bunnick. Works it on the left side. Goes to Bellinger, back out Bunnick for 3. It's up, and it's good. The second three-pointer of the quarter. He's got 11 in the ball game, and he cuts that Sabre lead down to 1 at 29-28.
Yeah, there's 2 3-pointers in a row, Brett. They better get a man in his face. He's hot.
Winchester feeds it as the breaking Neeson comes down the lane and gets the easy deuce. Nice give play there by Winchester. He not only takes him, but he hands him out as well. Eagles back the other way. Driving, Bunnick puts it up a little too hard. Rebound comes down to Sean Winchester. Avery Bunnick looking to add into this point total to cut the Sabre lead down. Adams with the jumper. The Sabres break for the hoop. Shot was no good, and the Eagles come up with a board. Bellinger on the baseline. 10-footer, no good. Ball batted around. And Bellinger travels with it as he caught it against John Fisher's back. Grabbed it, took a couple of steps, and the official says, no, you can't do that. We're going to have a timeout with exactly 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 2, 31-28 in favor of the Manistee Catholic Central Sabres. 31-28 our score here at MCC on this Friday night. Boys basketball on the cue. John Curtis. John's not with us tonight. That's why I'm here. Mike Juno, Brett Allen with you here from MCC. Sabres with the ball, and they turn it over quickly as Krusniak throws a pretty hard pass to Harlan Goodrich. Harlan couldn't hang on to it. And now the Eagles will have the ball.
That's their 5th turnover of the first half. Not bad considering they've been double digits of turnovers in the last few games.
Bellinger along the baseline makes a drive, but he took an extra step before making that move, and he's shaking his head in disappointment there, saying, boy, what did I do there?
Turnover department for both teams fairly even. 6 for the Eagles and 5 for the Sabres. As they lead it, this is going to be a close one, Mr. Allen, 31-28.
Well, that's the way we like to see them. I like a close game, preferred to a blowout. I think a lot of listeners do as well.
It's a lot easier for us, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Adams with the ball to Neeson, top of the key. Now it works over to Krusniak on the right wing, looking for a 3. He's going to put it up. Puts it off the back of the rim. Rebound comes down to Trevor Bunnick. Quickly, they push it up. Hannenberg lays it off the glass for two. Nick Hannenberg with his first point since early in the quarter. He's got 12. 31-30. Decent. Over to Kruzniak. Down on the baseline. Goodrich looks to take a shot. Kicks it back out. Kruzniak off the dribble. Puts it up. Rims around and hits it from 10 feet. Eric Kruzniak with 12 to pace the Sabre attack. It's back to a 3-point lead. 33-30. Eagles with the ball. Trying to go inside. Hannenberg's pass intended for him is picked off. They push it up. Adams tries to give it off to Fisher and doinks it off the head of Bunnick.
Not the way you draw it up, but they'll take it. The ball is definitely bouncing the Sabres' way in the first half.
I didn't catch the number on that one. I think it was either Kruzniak or Fisher.
Yeah.
Kruzniak gets the hoop on that one.
I think Fisher just deflected the pass that Josh Adams made, and I think Mr. Fisher's going to get an assist, whether he knows it or not.
Actually, that one went off the head of Julius Bunnick. He fired it in there. Julius kind of turned around and hit him right off the top of the head and right into the hands of Kruzniak, and he put up the 4-footer and nailed it.
Should I give Bunnick the assist?
Why not?
But Kruzniak top tonight.
He sure is. He's got him for 14 right now. He's got a minute 27 to add a couple more. At the free throw line for the Eagles, number 32, Avery Bunnick. Avery doing quite well in tonight's ball game as he's got 12 with another free throw to go. This one is on the way. Count it. Minute 25 to play. Sabres lead it by 3. Bringing it up is Neeson, and his pass is deflected into the hands of Bunnick. He brings it all the way down, can't get it, but Hannenberg, trailing on the play, follows it up with the deuce. 14 for Nick Hannenberg in this ball game. He's the 6'6" center for this Eagles team, and he does the majority of the scoring. Doing it again tonight. Adams with the ball, drives, can't find his bunny. Missing it. Goodrich can't buy it either. Rebound, John Fisher puts it up in and out. It won't go, and a foul's called.
How about the rebounding by the Sabres? They just never gave up on a play as Brett Allen is staring at the lovely ladies passing by our booth. Pay attention to the game, Mr. Allen.
Real funny, Mike.
That's right. But how about the rebounding for the Sabres? I mean, Fisher never gave up on it.
They were batting it around down there. Fisher was quite pursuant of that ball, and he was darn sure he was going to get a hold of that one, and he finally did. Oh, Mike. At the free throw line for the Sabres, number 15, John Fisher, and he hits the free throw. He gets a pair here after the foul.
It's the last 2 shots he's put up that just bounced in and out.
Yeah, he's having a tough one down here. He's frustrated he couldn't get that shot in the fall. Second one out of the way. This one rims
also
out.
In and out. Wow. I mean,
that hurt.
3 shots in a row he had literally go down but bounce out.
I think he's going to go in and have an extra bowl of Wheaties at the half. Eagles working underneath. Bellinger takes up the bunny, and he's fouled right there, and that one's going to go against John Fisher. That's his first. At the line will be Josh Bellinger. He's got 2 tonight. And I'll tell you, he's worked that baseline quite a few times tonight, Mike, and it's come up empty for the most part. He's got to be a little frustrated, but right here he's getting the reward.
He's been active at the boards, and that's been a great help to the Eagles tonight. Considering he's going against Winchester, Winchester does not lose that battle very often.
Well,
Those
Sean,
loose balls usually fall to his hands, but he's done a pretty good job.
Sean just now getting back into the ballgame. Second free throw on the way is missed with a rebound to number 31, Trevor Bunnick, and he finishes it up with the deuce. And now the Eagles take a 2-point lead, 37-35. Sabres now have to be careful not to turn the ball over, and they do. Pass inside to Winchester. Just past the outreach hands of Sean, and the Eagles pick up the turnover. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Eagles by 2, 37-35. They're going to play for the last shot. Oh, but that's not going to work. It's 2 of the Bunnocks ran into each other out there, Trevor and Julius, and caused the travel.
And that's 7 turnovers each for the Sabres and the Eagles. And a steal.
Right at midcourt. It could lead to a fast break opportunity, and it does. Number 31, Trevor Bunnick picks up the steal, takes it down, drops it in. 4-point lead, 2 seconds left. Winchester tries to drive, and that's going to end the quarter. 39-35 is going to be our score here at the half in favor of the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Eagles. Boy, I'll tell you, It was an interesting first half here, and definitely the Sabres playing a better contest than they did on Tuesday night against the Brethren Bobcats. But we're going to take a quick time out here. I'll let you hear from some of our fine sponsors bringing you Q101 Sports, and we will return here to talk about what happened in the first half, give you the stats, let you know who's doing what. Right after this, you're listening to High School Sports on the only game in town, Q101. Back live here at Manistee Catholic Central High School. Our score at the half, 39-35 in favor of the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Cardinals. Brett Allen along with Mike Juneau here tonight from MCC on this Friday night. Snowy out there. Use caution if you're traveling out and about tonight. Well, we've had a good game here so far in this first half. Sabres were down a little bit early on in this contest, and then came out firing great guns. Sean Winchester sparked the attack early on, and then kind of cooled off as the Sabres led for most of the first half, and then kind of gave it away in the latter stages of that second quarter to trail it by 4 here at the half. And Mike, they had some real effective offense early on as they were making a lot of cuts down the lane, getting some wide open passes to Winchester, and Kruzniak down there who's just been on fire. And then they kind of got away from that and were looking for a lot of shots on the perimeter that just weren't going, and kind of fell apart there in the latter stages, as we said, of that second half. And instead of leading it by 4 or 6 here at the half, they now trail by 4.
Well, you know, as you said, they started off real hot, and credit the Sabres, or not the Sabres defense, but the Eagles defense. They really stepped up and forced them to take some outside shots. They more or less gave it to them. They kind of clogged up the center of the lane. And a lot of that happened was when Winchester sat out. And sometimes this team offensively settles for outside shooting when they don't have Sean Winchester in the paint. But to their credit, Jeff Fisher's done a good job. He has 3 blocks. And I believe, yes, he has 3 blocks tonight. That's the most he's had since he's been on the varsity level. And he's got 4 boards as well. So he had a decent first half. But this team tends to get a little offensively stagnant. Kruzniak, Neeson, Josh Adams, all very balanced scoring, taking it to the hole, and it just seems no matter what, even if the paint is clogged up, they can beat just about any guy off the dribble, especially Josh Adams and Neeson and Kruzniak. So they've got to look to continue to do that. And Blaznik and Najowski will give them quality minutes as they rest on the bench. And I think John Winchester, they're going to have to come out and do the same thing they did in the first half, Brett, and that is involve him in the offense, make the concerted effort to get him the ball. And when he gets the ball, more often than not, good things are going to happen. He'll create opportunities for his teammates around him.
He sure does. And as Mike said, they've been going down in there to him, and he just had some free ones down there early on in the ballgame.
Yeah, he did.
He had 5 in the first quarter, and most of those coming at about the 4-minute mark. And then in the second half, he just wasn't there at all. He wasn't really a factor. He picked up 1 basket there, so he cooled off, and so did the Sabres as well, as they got out to an 11-5 start in that first quarter, and then really kind of picked it up from there. And then, as we said, toward the end of that first half, it just kind of slowed down a bit. But hey, they're right in this ball game. They're only down 4, 39-35 at the half. The other night against the Bobcats, they missed a lot of shots that just wouldn't fall for them. And they didn't play a bad game the other night. Didn't have a lot of turnovers, but the Bobcats were just incredibly on their game. They had Sean Jacobs the other night for Brethren had 39 points in that ball game, and he just did not miss. And the Sabres couldn't stop him. And you get nights like that where there's one guy on the team that just eats you alive. Yep. And that's what the Bobcats ran into the other night. They ran into that buzzsaw with Sean Jacobs, and boy, I'll tell you, that brought them down in a hurry, and they were never able to recover. They were down by 24 in the third quarter, and after that, as they got into the fourth quarter and weren't able to knock that lead down, Coach Gordon Koshtel kind of saw his team wearing down, and he thought, hey, there's a lot more games left in this one. You know, we're gonna concede this one.
We'll live to fight another day. Yeah. And I think to their credit, they've come out here tonight and they seem to have shaken that loss off. I mean, they came out really full of confidence and full of fire in the first half, and offensively, even though they started to turn the ball over down the stretch, they didn't completely fall apart. I mean, they were still able to score 8 or 10 points in the last 5 minutes, which is pretty pretty good for the Sabres credit with Winchester on the bench, but they did start to turn the ball over. They have only had 5 turnovers with about 2.5 minutes left, and in the last 3.5 minutes they turned the ball over very quickly. They have 8 turnovers, but the Eagles have 7 turnovers, so that's fairly even in that statistic. And I think the bottom line in the second half will be shot selection and continue to take the ball to the paint. Those 3 guards, Kruzniak, Neeson, and Josh Adams, they can beat just about anybody off the dribble when they take it to the paint. And I think the starting lineup tonight with Josh Adams, Neeson, Kruzniak, and Fisher, and Winchester, it's a good starting lineup. It's a good mix of rebounding, scoring, hustle. And Neeson seems to be a guy offensively that's picked his game up over the last few weeks. So we'll see what happens. And as I said, in the first 2-3 minutes of the second half, usually you set the tone. And I think Gordon Costa was on them saying, hey, keep the intensity up. This is a ball game. I mean, you're only trailing by 4, 39-35. This is a ball game that's going to go right down to the stretch, looks like, because both of these teams are very evenly matched up.
Well, not truer words could be spoken there. As Mike said, these teams compare quite well together. The Sabres played them at the start of the season, and we really can't use that game as a meter as far as judging the Sabres, because they came out in that game. It was opening night. They were a little tense, I think, a little hesitant. They were down throughout the whole ball game, and then kind of put it together at the end and came back and showed a real good effort to come back. And they came up just short in that ball game by 3 or 5 points, I think it was, but they battled the Eagles right down to the end up there in that season opener, and they ended up conceding that ball game by 5, as I said. But we could kind of tell at that point that they were going to be in for a real season of excitement like that, and we've seen it some nights, and some nights we've seen them not show up, but more times than not, they're going to be in the ball game. And tonight they're in this one, only down a couple, as we get ready to start the second half here in about 3 minutes. So let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back and we'll give you the leading scores of the first half of this ball game tonight. In just a moment, you're listening to High School Sports on the only game in town, Q101. Back live at Manistee Catholic Central High School, or it's Catholic School, I guess we'd say. It's all in one here. 39-35 is our halftime score, but we're just about ready to wind that down. Let's take a look at our leading scorers in the first half here. For Lake Leelanau St. Mary's, leading the way with 14 is Nick Hannenberg. That's to be expected. He's their big scorer. He's the big guy in the middle at 6'6", and he's going to get a lot of that scoring, a lot of off rebounds, and he just overmatches a lot of people with his height. But he's got 14 here in the first half. 13 for Avery Bunnick. He's done a good job tonight. So right away, the Eagles come up with a miss, and the Sabres will get their first crack of the second half. Kruzniak with the ball. Gets it up to John Fisher, over to Neeson. Now inside they go. Kruzniak jump shot. Kind of took that one in the air, didn't get it. Ball fought for out at the top, and the Eagles come up with it. Outlet pass to Bunnick. He takes it all the way down, can't buy it. And we're going to have, is it going to be a foul, or is the ball going out of bounds?
It's going to be a foul on
it is going to be a foul.
The Eagles over the back. Neeson had the board.
It's like Hannenberg's going to pick up that foul. That'll be his second. The Sabres want to get him in foul trouble, but with only 2 right now, they're going to have to go at him a little bit harder. Sabres with the ball. John Fisher out to Kruzniak. Fake move. Nice fake as well. Puts up the little 6-foot bunny. Can't buy it. The rebound comes down to Julius Bunnick. Quickly, they work it up. Faking the 3 and taking it in. Shot is up and blocked. That's Avery Bunnick.
Neeson with the block.
Neeson with the block, and he skied for that one. Back the other way, Adams for 3. Can't get it. And the rebound comes down to Julius Bunnick. We'll give it off to Avery Bunnick, brother. Avery will bring it up over midcourt. Step the offense. Go inside, Hannenberg. Big guy fires up a 10-footer. It's no good. Ball slapped around. Rebounded. Bunnick down there caught. He loses it to his brother. Avery to Julius. Julius puts it up and is fouled. So the Sabres down there kind of not really aware of where the ball is, Mike. That ball was loose on the floor, and it was pretty much the Eagles scrapping around for it there. And finally, the Sabres saw that, and then they ended up committing a foul instead of picking up a turnover.
Well, Winchester went for the block, but he didn't want to pick up the foul, and I think the ball just kind of hit his wrist, but just bounced around, and it was loose, and there was Julius Bunnick underneath the boards, but with the present, really. And he got fouled from behind, so he'll go to the line. I think Jeff Fisher got him on the wrist. Makes his first free throw, makes his second.
That gives the Eagles a 41-35 lead. Bringing it up, Neeson, top of the key. Kicks it over on the wing. Hartland Goodrich, who just checked into the game. Back to Krusniak. Now back to the top to Neeson. He'll set the offense. Now he works it over. Krusniak inside. Winchester. Turnaround jumper's no good. Rebound comes down to Hannenberg.
It was a good-looking shot there, but he just hit part of the backboard. That's really what blocked his shot, Brett.
Well, I don't think Sean was real aware of where he was at.
No, he wasn't.
Well, the Eagles work it down. Inside, Bunnick goes to number 30, Josh Bellinger, and he hits the jump shot from 5 foot on the right baseline. And the Eagles extend the lead to 8, and the Sabres are quickly falling behind here in the second half, and they're not going to want to have to be a comeback team. They're not real good at it.
Yeah, this is the Eagles' biggest lead, and the Sabres need to work for a good shot. They do. Gets it. Krusniak with a beautiful pass to Winchester in the paint. That's what we talked about. A little patience, working for a good shot. And that was a big one.
Well, they did that in the first half. They went to Winchester like that, and he was open quite a few times. And they went back to it there, and it was successful. 37 now for the Sabres, 43 for the Eagles. And they go inside. The big man once again, Nick Hannenberg with the deuce. 45-37. He's got 16 on the ball game. Krusniak with the ball. To make a drive against a pair of Eagle defenders, almost picked off out there. Neeson drives in, dishes it off to Winchester with a foul from behind. Sean was right there, open for another one, Mike, and he was fouled from behind.
And what happened on that? When Neeson drove the paint, the defender had to come out to take him, and that left the Winchester all alone underneath the boards. They had to foul him from behind.
Well, they'll inbound it. Nice play there. Neeson inbounding to the cutting Winchester, and he banks it off the glass for 2.
No one picked up Winchester at all.
Not at all.
That was too easy for him.
45-39. Sean in double figures now with 11. He'll look to be a big factor here in the second half. And he gets a rebound there off the missed shot by Bunnick. Avery Bunnick putting up the 10-footer, can't buy it. Winchester comes down with it out left to the Krusniak. Over to Adams, left corner. Kicks it back out, Neeson, over to Krusniak, inside to Winchester, against Bellinger, but he kicks it out. Neeson dribbling around, can't buy it, and he's getting called for 3 seconds.
I think Neeson just got a little too fancy with the dribbles in the paint, and they turn it over.
Yeah, he should have just grabbed that one and took it right up. He probably would have been fouled there.
I think there was one too many passes down there for the Sabres. The Winchester had a chance to just post up, and he dished to the driving Neeson.
Well, the Eagles with the ball. They try to work it inside to Hannenberg. It's kicked out to Bellinger. He puts up the shot, and it is a 3.
That was a prayer, but it went down. I don't think we're going to see him attempt too many three-point shots, but more of a desperation.
Back the other way, the Sabres. Eric Krusniak off the feed inside from Goodrich. Nails the 3. Eric Krusniak, 17 on the night to lead the Sabre attack.
He's got the arc there and the range to hit those three-point shots. If he gets a good look at the basket, he'll take it.
48-42 our score. Hannenberg with the ball for the Eagles. Tries to drive as a strip. Goodrich picks up the loose ball. Tries to drive. Now he's going to wait for his teammates. Good idea. Gives it up Krusniak. Left side. Now he'll come over to the right side looking for Goodrich. Kicks it back out to Krusniak beyond the 3-yard. Inside to go Winchester. Turnaround bank shot against Bellinger, and he nails it. Nice move there as he's got the height advantage over Bellinger, who's only 6 foot.
He can't stop him, Brett. They got to do that. Got to go to Winchester right now. If that's the matchup the Eagles are going to give him. It's like taking candy away from a baby. Winchester will not have his shot stopped.
48-44 our score. Almost a steal at midcourt there, but it's slapped around. Adams comes up with it. He's got the breakaway, puts it up in, nails it. Josh Adams with the deuce, and he steals it on the inbound pass and is fouled. Nice hustle there by Josh Adams. What a play. He hits the layup on the breakaway.
That's 2 steals in a span of about 10 seconds.
Yeah, he turned and faked like he was going up court, turned, picked off the inbound pass, looked for the shot, was fouled. Nice job of hustle there by Josh Adams. He's got 7, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that is the Charlie Hustle Award for the evening for Josh Adams. Made the steal at half court, got the breakaway layup. And as you said, he turned to run up the court and get back in defense, and he stopped immediately, made the steal, run right underneath the boards, went up strong, got the foul, and he was knocked pretty hard to the floor. They could have called a really flagrant foul on that one. He argued for it, but he goes 1-and-1, and he almost gets another steal underneath the boards. He's going crazy tonight.
Well, he did hit one. It's 48-47. The Eagles break the pressure at midcourt. underneath. Julius Bunnick with a shot. Winchester got the block, but he also got him with a little bit of arm. So Sean Winchester's going to pick up, I believe it's his first foul. Make that second foul, I believe it is. 48-47 is our score. 2:49 to play here in the third quarter. The Sabres, Mike, down 8, have come back nicely to cut the lead to 1 here, and it could go up by a couple, of course, here with these free throws upcoming from Bunnick. Hit the first one, he'll have another one.
Well, we talked about the Sabres. They came out and just didn't execute in their first 2 or 3 minutes, and they fell behind by 8, but they picked up the intensity.
Interesting free throw shooting there by Bunnick. He stands about 2 steps over to the left, but he nails it. He is 7 of 8 from the free throw line here tonight. Sabres with the ball. Block shot Goodrich, but the block is picked up by Neeson, and he hits the deuce underneath. 50-49. Backcourt pressure now by the Sabres, broken by Julius Bunnick. He gives it off. Hannenberg drives baseline all alone and drops it in. Hannenberg with 18 on the ball game. It's now 52-49.
Hannenberg's got some nice touch under the boards, doesn't he, Brett?
Sure
Moves
does.
around nice for a big guy.
Sabres almost turned the ball over. Kruzniak now he'll find a lane to a wide open Winchester off the glass for 2 more. Sean Winchester with 8 here in this third quarter. He's got 15. 52-51, 2 minutes to play in the third. Avery Bunnick drives the lane, wide open jumper is up, it rolls around and goes through. 15 for Bunnick. It's back to a 3-point Eagle lead, and we're under 2 minutes to play. Neeson will bring it up. Jump shot, falling away, won't go. Winchester had a chance at it, but missed it. Now they'll give it up. Hannenberg going up and nails it. Hannenberg with 20 now.
Just like that, the Eagles lead it 56-51. Man, there's a lot of scoring in this ball game. It just comes at stretches. They don't score for 2 minutes, and then both teams just explode, Brett.
Well, it's kind of the fast-paced action you kind of like to see in a high school game, and sometimes you don't get because of turnovers. But we're not seeing a lot of them here. It's making for quite an interesting game. Well, Winchester wide open again underneath. Can't handle the pass from Goodrich. Ball hits the rim and goes into the hands of Bellinger, and he is fouled by Winchester. It's going to be Sean's third.
That's a big-time foul right there. Now he's going to have to sit and rest. Fisher's coming on. And Blaznik will be coming on.
Blaznik coming into the ball game along with John Fisher. And yes, Mike was right. Sean's going to go to the bench. Eagles will have the ball with 1:12 left. They'll bring it up. They lead at 56-51. With the ball, Trevor Bunnick. Come over, bring it to the right side, looking to go underneath the Bellinger, but he's well guarded over there by Fisher, and then Fisher's going to get called for a foul. I didn't really see there where there was any contact, but apparently the official down there whistled him for the body contact, so John Fisher's going to pick up, I believe that's his second foul. And with 1 minute to play, the Eagles will inbound. Comes in, intended for Bellinger, swatted away by Fisher. So the Eagles will have it on the baseline. Hannenberg shouting out directions, breaking in the lane, alley-oop inside to him, he comes down, puts it up, and we're going to have a foul called. Foul's going to go against the Sabres. Hannenberg just skied above everybody else. They threw the ball into him on the alley-oop. I'm surprised, Mike, he didn't just shoot it off the hoop. He was up there high enough.
He can get up there. I think he was hammered by either Fisher or Goodrich. They held his wrist. And the Eagles will take the ball up top, the key.
Fisher called for the foul, his third. Long three-point attempt out there on the wing by Avery Bunnick, and he hits it.
That was NBA range. That was way downtown, Brett.
Yeah, he nailed that from way outside, and he gives his team an 8-point lead. Kruzniak looks for three. No. Rebound. Fought for, and Bunnick comes up with a rebound. He hits the three and comes up with the board. 30 seconds to go. Bunnick against Adams. Drives all the way down. Shot is up no good, but a foul is going to be called against Kruzniak. So the Sabres now, after dropping behind early and then coming back.
They were trailed, but they got within one.
Starting to drop again here. It's crucial Winchester out of the ball game right now, as he is in a little bit of foul trouble, and Coach Gordon Koshtel doesn't want to see him get into real serious foul trouble heading into that fourth quarter.
Neeson is also on the bench, and he's made a lot of good things happen for the Sabres tonight. And as you said, they were seemingly back in it. They only trailed by one, and since then they have gone cold. And Kruzniak pulled up and tried to hit that three. Should have had it. in and out, but no one was there for the rebound at all. And their intensity has fallen off in the last 2-3 minutes. They're going to have to just be patient, work for the good shot. Good rebound by Kruzniak.
Bunnick splits the pair, 60-51. Blodzik with a little 5-footer, no good rebound. Adams off the glass and gets it. 9 for Josh Adams tonight.
That was a big-time putback. They needed every bucket they could get right now as the third quarter comes to an end.
6 seconds left in the quarter. Bellinger for 3. Rebound, Doug Priest, who just checked into the ball game, comes up with it. Uh-oh, this one's coming right at us, Mike. Oh, they get this. Ouch.
We got belted by the back. That's it.
That one clipped us there. Oh, boy.
And Curtis's radio just bought it.
Oh, boy. Well, after 3 quarters of play, our score is 60-53 in favor of the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Eagles. Will return as we regroup and kind of collect ourselves in just a moment. You're listening to High School Sports at Q101, the only game in town. Well, we're going to have a foul called as the Eagles working inside.
Yeah, they called an over and back right before we came back. Kruzniak had really a half court. Just a silly turnover you can't afford to make, especially in a tight ball game and you're trailing in the fourth quarter. You know, those turnovers, they will come back to kill you every time, Mr. Allen.
Indeed so. At the free throw line for the Eagles is Julius Bunnick, and he hits another free throw. He's 9 of 10. Correct that. He is 8 of 9 from the line tonight. This will be his 10th free throw coming up. And he gets it. But that's been all of his points tonight. 9 points on free throws. 62-53 our score. Sabres once again find the open Winchester underneath. Sean's got 17, and he's going to have to stay out of foul trouble and help the Sabres get back in this ball game as they trail it by 7. 7:30 to go in the game.
Sabres are going to have to pick up their defense, Brett, and start to cause some turnovers here and create some easy opportunities for them offensively.
Bunnick with the drive. Jump shot from 10 foot is up, rolls around, gets the nice roll, and it drops. Trevor Bunnick pushes the lead back to 9 for the Eagles, 64-55 as we approach the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, Bunnick got a nice shooter's roll on that one.
Kruzniak into the corner for Blodzik. Shot is no good. Rebound comes down. Julius Bunnick gets the outlet. Brother Avery, who drives it all the way down, scoops, and can't buy it. Rebound Winchester, outlet Kruzniak, looks to make the move against Priest, drives all the way down, kiss off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Doug Priest.
Didn't give his teammates time to get back down, Brett. No one was there for the rebound.
And at midcourt, we're going to have an over and back as Adams, along with Neeson out there, pressured Julius Bunnick right at the midcourt stripe. And Julius made the pivot move to try to find someone to pass to, and he went over and back quickly. Into the ball game comes Hannenberg back for the Eagles. 64-55, 6:36 to play on this Friday night ball game here on the Q. Kruzniak to Neeson. On the wing to Blodzik, back to Neeson. Over to Kruzniak now. In the corner they go with Adams. He'll kick it back out to reset the offense. Kruzniak with it, tries to go inside the Winchester, guarded. But coming down the lane is Neeson, and Winchester hits him, and Alex drops it in.
Beautiful passing by the Sabres inside, and Winchester showing his flair for the passing inside the lane. He saw a driving Neeson, and that's just unselfish play by the Sabres. They need to do that. Good pace and a shot.
Well, Bunnick puts up the shot, or no, Hannenberg, pardon me, and he missed it. Back the other way, the Sabres come. Shot is put up by Neeson. That was Kruzniak on that. Can't buy it. Eagles come up. And a steal there by Neeson. He turns and comes back the other way. Puts it up, has a block from behind. A foul called against Avery Bunnick. And he didn't like it. Turned around, was right there, the official complaining. And he gets hit with a tee.
That's a big-time technical, Mr. Allen. Big time. You want to talk about a momentum shifter. And that was a great steal by Neeson.
Sure
he
was.
blew the easy layup down there with him and Josh Adams. And he was a little too far underneath the rim, and basically the backboard blocked his own shot. The Eagles got the fast break going, and then he just stole the ball out of his defender's pocket. Just picked his pocket, Neeson did, and then it was just Neeson and Josh Adams all alone again. Got hammered from behind. And there was no reason for that technical. I mean, he got all body on it. Bunnick did. Said something to the referee he shouldn't have said. Picked up the technical. Neeson, I believe, goes 1-1 from the charity stripe.
Splits the pair. Now we're going to have... Oh, no, well, let's change that. Neeson, those were his follow shots. Coming up will be the technical shots, because Krusniak is going to come up and shoot those. But before that happens, we're going to take a timeout. 5:45 left in the fourth. 64-58 St. Mary's. We'll be back in just a moment on Q101 Sports, the only game in town. Well, on the inbound there, they go inside to Neeson. He gets it wide open in the lane, puts it up, and is fouled. The basket drops, and he's going to get a free throw with a chance to cut this Eagle lead down to 3. Nice play as they found Neeson cutting down the lane. It was wide open and dumped that in. It was fouled. Free throw on the way. He hits it. Neeson gets the free throw. Krusniak, by the way, shot the technicals, and he missed them both. So it could have been a 1-point lead right now. Instead, it's 3 at 64-61.
We talked about the Sabres picking up the intensity. They've certainly done that.
Krusniak, trying to fight through a pick, follows Hannenberg. Hannenberg's going to go to the line. The Eagles are in the bonus for the rest of this ball game. So going to the line will be Nick Hannenberg. He has 22, or take that 20 in the ball game tonight. As I said, he's the majority of the Eagles scoring, night in and night out. And tonight he's setting the pace once again. Free throw is up and good. It's his first point of the quarter. 65-61. Sabres are going to have to keep this game around 2-3 points when it gets into the latter stages if they want to win this ball game tonight. Eagles, a very composed ball club. Hannenberg hits the second one. It's back to a 5-point lead. Adams inside. Winchester scoops to Neeson down the lane, and he hits it. Nice job by Alex on the trailer once again. Gets the deuce.
That's been a familiar sight all game long, Brett.
And Alex has 8 in this quarter to go along with 17 for the game.
Winchester getting the ball down low and then dishing off to Neeson as he drives in the lane. That's a play they ought to go back to more often.
Well, we may see it here as the Sabres get the ball on the Eagle turnover as Hannenberger lost it, looking to make a move inside of the block. And they go inside. Winchester's shot is up and blocked by Bellinger. I don't know about that one.
He got a little body, but got the call.
Well, back the other way. The Eagles fight for it, and the shot is up by Hannenberg. He's fouled, and the ball almost goes in, but it doesn't. Fortunately for the Sabres, but Sean Winchester is going to pick up foul number 4 with 4:39 to go, and I think we'll see him, well, maybe not. I don't know. I would think Coach Costello might take him out for a minute or two and save him for the stretch run, but not going to second-guess Coach Costello here. He doesn't go to the bench quite yet. Hannenberg goes to the free throw line, however, and he hits the front end of the 2-shot foul. He'll get one more. This St. Mary's team, an excellent free throw shooting team, that is. As they've made, well, I'll tell you, the stat at the end of this game, I think they've missed 2 free throws tonight. They have, out of about 16. Inside, they go to Winchester now as the Sabres have the ball out to Krusniak for 3, and he hits it, top of the key. Eric Krusniak with 20 on the ball game. Hits a key 3 to pull the Sabres with a 2. Bunnick back the other way, gives it up. Shot is up and no good by Bellinger. And boy, I thought Winchester was going to get called for number 5 there, but no whistle.
Mr. Payback on that one. He got hacked from behind, no call, and he got away with a little touch in the wrist. Josh Adams almost saves what was going to be a turnover by Neeson. Heads-up play by Josh Adams.
Baseline pass goes underneath Adams' jumper. This one's going to be short, rebounded by Bunnick. Outlet pass, Julius, or make that Avery to Julius. He looks at a 3, spots up, kicks it back out to his brother, or cousin, that is, Trevor.
Sabres are frustrated right now, but they've got to keep their composure. There's an eternity left in this ball game. 3 minutes, they only trail by 2. They've got to box out at this time, bro.
Actually, 3.5 left. 68-66. Hannenberg with the ball. He's been deadly all night, but he gets his pocket picked by Krusniak. Nice play.
Fantastic steal right by Krusniak.
He picked the pocket. Now Krusniak's got it. He'll set the offense. Goes into the corner to Adams. Back to Krusniak. They're looking for that play again to Winchester, but they're triple teaming him down there. Now they go inside. Sean looks, gives it up. Nice pass to Adams on the cut behind. Sean Winchester, not only can he hit it down there, but he can dish it as well. And right there,
Josh
gives it up
Adams.
to Adams, and it's tie game at 68.
Stuck through the back door.
Oh, sure did. And we're going to have a timeout call. Charge that one to St. Mary's. 2:50 left to go in the ball game. 68-68 our score. We'll return for exciting hoop action in just a moment. You're listening to High School Sports on the only game in town, Q101. 2:50 left here to play here at Manistee Catholic Central School. 68 we're tied at between the Eagles and the Sabres. And boy, I'll tell you, couldn't ask for a better ball game on a Friday night here. Glad to have you along on Q101 Sports. Mike Juno with Brett Allen tonight.
We got a barn burner, Mr. Allen.
Yes, we do.
Said this one was going to go down to the wire. Looks like it will.
Hannenberg with the ball, drives along the baseline, hits the backboard, and coming down with it is Sean Winchester. I think it's going to be key in these final minutes if Sean can stay away from that fifth foul. Adams for three, got it! Josh Adams coming off the screen.
You knew he was going to hit one of those sooner or later, Brett. He was quiet for the last 5 minutes from the top of the key.
71-68. Hannenberg with the ball against Krusniak, dishes it off to Avery Bunnick, and he kicks it back out and sets the offense. And now he spots up a three and nails it. Avery Bunnick. He's got 4 3-pointers on the night, and he ties it at 71.
Wow, neither team blinking down the stretch. Winchester's open down the lane.
Clutch shooting here by both clubs. Logic out there, he was looking at a three saying, hey, I want a piece of this action, baby. Now they'll reset it. Krusniak has it slapped away by Julius Bunnick. Over the shoulder pass to a breaking Hannenberg, and he has it slapped away.
Wow.
Nice defense by Logic.
Great play. Bunnick over the head. Behind the look pass to his streaking teammate. And Blasnick with the strip.
Woo, baby.
That's 2 points Blasnick saved his team. I mean, that is 2 points the Eagles should have had. Heads up play by Blasnick, getting down court, stripping him, just picked his pocket. And but they called a foul on a later play.
Blasnick on the inbound. Matt Blasnick reaching in, fouling Hannenberg. And I'll tell you, down the stretch here, Mike, the Sabres are going to have to stay away from the fouling. Basically because this team is on fire from the free throw line. And Hannenberg adds to it right there. And gives his club a 72-71 lead with 1:37 left, and he'll have one more.
Just when you think one of these teams is going to pull away, the other one just steps up and makes a huge shot. He gets both of his free throws to go, so Chippewas now trail by 2 again.
Hannenberg's all his 6 points in this quarter have come on free throws. Minute 30 to play. Don't touch that dial, folks. It's going to get exciting. Adams baseline jumper, and he hits it.
Josh Adams coming up big down the stretch. Scored the last 5 points. Almost gets the steal.
Oh, he stepped down the line. Yes, he did.
But great defense by Josh Adams. Forced the turnover.
Cut off.
Bunnick had to really, tight rope that line down the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. So that's a turnover. Almost a turnover for the Sabres. Wow.
And we're going to have a foul out there as Krusniak looking to break away from number 33, Julius Bunnick. And Julius reaching in and giving him a little shot on the arm there. Not a 1-and-1 bonus yet.
I get the ball in the hands of Josh Adams. He's the hot guy right now.
Yeah, I would say either hit Adams or work it inside to Winchester.
Yep. Anytime you're working inside to Winchester, that's a pretty good bet.
Krusniak taking a risky pass there for Blodzik out to Adams for three. It's up, but no good. Fought for. Adams slaps it away. And Krusniak, saving it going out of bounds, slaps it off from 31, Trevor Bunnick. But a foul called there, Mike. Kind of strange. I didn't see where that one had called a push-off against Trevor Bunnick.
Well, I think either way, the Sabres would have had the ball because Krusniak threw it off Bunnick's leg and it went out of bounds, but they're calling Bunnick for the foul. And I don't know if they're going to go to the line or if this is just going to be up top.
They're checking to see if it's in the bonus yet. According to the lights on the scorer's table, it does not indicate that, but let's wait and see here. The Sabres are all huddled around the top of the arc there on their end of the court. We'll see what happens. Coach Costello pulling beside Josh Adams. giving out some last-second instructions before we return to play. We got some question over there on the bench. What's going on here is Coach Dave Eddington of the Eagles over there grilling the officials, saying, hey, what's going on here, guys? So we have a little lull in the action here.
I'm not sure. All the referees have gone to the table, scorer's table, and they're checking the stats right now to see if they are on the bonus. And I know the head coach for Leelanau wants an explanation on that foul underneath. He's kind of jawing at the officials. Dave Eddington is the head coach for Lake Leelanau, excuse me. St. Mary's Eagles.
Well, now Coach Koshtel gets up off the Sabre bench and comes over to see what all the jubilation at the scorer's table is all
Well, they've been there a
about.
long time. I don't know what they're doing. Are they ordering pizza or what?
Well, I don't know. Quick, baby. Dial them up.
I assume that's what they're checking. I mean, if the
I would
Sabres
think
are in the
so.
bonus, should they go to the line?
According to my estimates here, I think the Sabres are one away from the bonus yet.
Yeah, I didn't think they were in the bonus yet. There's just
Yeah.
hasn't been a whole lot of fouls called on the Eagles.
Well, we have a break in the action here. Let's quickly identify ourselves. You're listening to high school boys basketball action on WXYQ Q101, Manistee, Michigan. Mike Juno, Brett Allen with you tonight, here from Manistee Catholic Central on this snowy Friday night. Glad to be along with you for this exciting boys hoop game between the Sabres and the Eagles. We're now getting an explanation over there. Well, we're not getting it, but Coach Koshtel and Coach Eddington are getting an explanation from the officials as to why the stoppage of play here.
Let's get him up to date. This tie ball game with a minute 5 seconds left, 73 apiece. The Sabres have the possession. We know that much. I believe they will have the possession up top. But they're lining up as if it's going to be a foul shot. At least the Sabres are right now. You know, they may be trying to determine how much time is left on the clock. That may be an issue.
Well, we'll see what happens here in a moment with our stoppage of play.
Might be a malfunction with the clock. But this is really a killer for the players because it's just been such a crazy, hectic, up-tempo game. And then all of a sudden you just find yourself standing around for 5 minutes and you get cold and you get a little stagnant, and it's very frustrating for the players. I know they're frustrated right now. Sean Winchester's moping around the court saying, what is going on? Now they're getting an explanation from the coach.
Well, Coach Eddington signaled for a timeout over there, so I think that's what we're going to get. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll return with the final minute 5 here from MCC. You're listening to High School Sports on the only game in town, Q101. Well, we're back here at Manistee Catholic Central Gymnasium, and we're still in a timeout. We're in a holding pattern here, so to speak. A minute 5 left in this ball game. We're tied at 73 apiece. It's been an exciting ball game. Can't say that enough tonight. We're waiting for both squads to come back out on the court. Still some explaining going on over there as to what happened here. We really don't have an idea of what happened. I'd like to call the officials over and have them give us an explanation. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. What it looks like here to me is that we're going to get a flagrant foul, Mike.
Wow, huge. Man, you want to talk about some screwy calls tonight.
I don't know. We're getting a player explanation over there. The captains, both teams getting it together. I'd like to know
I didn't see a flagrant foul. Did you? I didn't see a foul, but they're going to call it.
Well, they could call, or I guess you wouldn't call it maybe not a flagrant foul, an intentional foul.
Yeah.
That could go that way too, and if that happens, that could be a 2-shot penalty plus possession of the ball, and I think that's more than likely what happened here. And they're clearing it all up now, making sure the players know what's going on, and now we're going to have some free throws. At the line is Eric Krusniak, and he'll get 2 free ones here. Let's see if he can get them. No, first one rims out. He shot 2. No, it's only a 1-shot technical. Okay. He shot the 2 technicals earlier, Mike, and missed them both, so he's 0 for 3 on technical shots tonight.
Now he'll go to the line to shoot his free throws.
Yeah, it's off the foul.
Game is still tied. He could have given the Sabres a lead. These free throws, they're so key down the stretch. He's got to make these 2.
It's a 1-on-1 situation, so we were wrong there. And he hits the first one. Krusniak tonight, 21 points to help pace this Sabre attack. He's giving them a 1-point lead with an opportunity to make it a pair here.
They haven't led since the first half.
And he does. Nice job there after the miss to come up with a pair. 75-73, a minute to play. Avery Bunnick brings it up for the St. Mary's Eagles. They go inside. Hannenberg. Pass intended for Bunnick, and Hannenberg slaps it out.
Great defense by the Sabres. Really forced that near turnover. Eagles will take it out on the side.
51 seconds to play. 75-73. Bunnick to inbound. Seems like we've said that name a couple hundred times tonight. Well, it's not hard when there's 4 of them on the team.
3 brothers.
3 brothers and a cousin. Boy, I'll tell you, that sounds like a movie title. Hannenberg all the way and all alone and misses the reverse layup. Winchester with the board. Quickly ahead, Blodzik. He'll wait for his teammates to catch up. Gives it up. Neeson wide open for 3. Doesn't take it. A cross-court pass tipped away. And the Sabres will hold on to it. Guys,
wow, risky pass by Neeson.
Oh, boy.
Clear across the court. They're lucky that it wasn't stolen.
Coach Costello over there just wiped his brow saying, oh, no.
Yeah.
But we're going to get a timeout called. Charge this one to MCC. 75-73.
And with 27 seconds left, the Sabres lead by 2. Their first lead, I believe, since the first half. And they've got possession. Right now, you just... what do you do, right? You just want to get it into one of your guards and protect that ball.
Well, if I was Coach Costello, I'd get it into the hands of my best free throw shooter because I have a feeling that's what we're going to see right away here. But they got to get the ball in first.
Get it to Winchester.
Comes into Winchester, you're right, Mike. And they hit a breaking Krusniak, but he comes back out. They give it to Winchester. Oh, boy, Sean had a chance to break for the lane, but he was fouled by Bellinger before he could make that move. I'll tell you, that one could have even been called, or could have been called an intentional foul because Bellinger just kind of grabbed at him, didn't really go for the ball. But
I'm surprised because they fouled Krusniak on the left wing right in front of us, and they didn't call it. And Costello, I'm sure, will take it because they got to burn an extra 5 seconds off the clock. And not only that, what happened? They got the ball into their best free throw shooter, Winchester, and he missed it.
Missed it. Oh, boy. 18 seconds left, folks. Don't move that dial yet. Bunnick looks at a 3. Back out to Bunnick for 3. It's up and good! 76-75. 5 seconds left in the timeout. Oh, boy. That free throw by Winchester becomes big. Oh, boy.
Wow. Winchester never misses those free throws, but still, the defense down on the other end for the Sabres, you don't want to dare them to shoot those three-point shots, and they were laying off, and wow.
Avery Bunnick. 5 3-pointers on the night, and he hits the one that gives the Eagles the lead with 5 seconds left. And boy, Mike, I'll tell you, that's a sad way to possibly lose a ball game is on a shot like that. I would say that was almost a desperation shot.
Oh, it was. He shot the ball, not really setting up, falling back, and just nailed it.
Oh, boy.
And I tell you, he had the arc. When he put it up, it looked good from here. And it sank the hearts of the Sabres, but with 5 seconds left, that's more than enough time to get a decent shot off.
Well, the Sabres are going to get it down along the sideline there on the right side of the court.
I guess you'd want it either in the hands of Neeson or Krusniak or Josh Adams. All 3 have been hot down the stretch.
Here we go, folks. 5 seconds left. We'll see if the Sabres can get a shot at one. They bring it in. Adams will break. He's going to get an opportunity. Puts it up. No! Rebounded by the Eagles, and that's the ball game. Oh, boy. Wide open, Adams had the 5-footer, too hard off the glass, nobody there to board for the Sabres, and they lose it by 1, 76-75. Tough loss for Coach Gordon Costello and the Manistee Catholic Central Sabres. Boy, I'll tell you, we had a feeling this one was going to come down to the final shot, and it did. And the Eagles come up victorious on this Friday night.
Tough loss.
Very, very tough loss. We'll hope to get Coach Costello up here and talk to him in just a moment or so. He's going to guide his team into the locker room. And I'll tell you, the Sabres, they have nothing to be ashamed about with this loss tonight, Mike.
And that's 3 losses in a row, 3 frustrating losses in a row for the Sabres. And a game that they looked to have won in the last, 20 seconds with Winchester on the line. But, those free throws, you miss them, they'll come back to haunt you. And not to say that the big guy lost it, but then again, the defense for the Sabres, it just it let them down towards the stretch, and that was tough. Tough way to lose a ball game. Tough.
76-75 our final here tonight, and we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and talk more about tonight's ball game and add up the totals. And coming up in just a little bit, we will have our Subway Player of the Game for tonight. Back live here at Manistee Catholic Central School. So we wrap up tonight's ball game here. Or give you the wrap on the game. 76-75 is our final score tonight. And boy, I'll tell you, just a tough ball game tonight here for the Sabres. They were in it from start to finish. They trailed by as many as 8 in the second half, and came back and made this one very, very exciting tonight. And unfortunately, the Sabres came up just a little bit short in tonight's ball game.
Gordon Koshtel making his way over here.
Before we check our stats, Coach Koshtel joins us now, and Coach, boy, I'll tell you, an exciting ball game. Tough way to finish, however, as Bunnick had three-pointer falling away down there. You had a chance at the end, and Adams shot just a little bit too hard for the glass. Didn't go in, but certainly a good performance by your club tonight, rebounding off that loss on Tuesday to Brethren, and just a real good performance out there tonight.
The kids rebounded real well from Tuesday night. To sum up tonight, it came down to making free throws. I leaned over and told one of the coaches if this comes down to a loss tonight, it's going to be because of free throws, because the entire game, I bet you we didn't even shoot 50% from the line.
Well, checking my stats, yes, I have you for 6 for 13 tonight.
6 for 13?
And certainly, your squad didn't get to the line as much as St. Mary's did. They were 22 of 25.
Yeah. How many of those might have been? We don't know how many of those were 1-and-1s though either.
No, I
could
don't have that.
Could have been 6 for 8, 18.
Yeah.
We could have had 18 or 20 looks. Yeah. It came down to free throws. We didn't block out as well as we should have. It's been a problem for all this year and last year. It's the same story again. Allowing, the big kid for the other team. It's tough to block him out. I thought we did a pretty good job on him the second half. There were a couple individuals on their team that they got too many offensive rebounds and putbacks and went to the line because we fouled them. And some of our help defense in the second half wasn't good. People were standing and reaching rather than stepping in and helping like they should be. And, that's what hurt us defensively. Offensively, I thought we did a better job against their zone. We moved the ball a little sharper and crisper, and it gave us some good looks into Sean, and AJ Neeson scored a lot right in the center there. And we executed a lot better on offense, but once again we just didn't get it done on defense again.
Well, I think the defense for both teams led I think too many easy baskets down the middle of the lane, and you seem to have a good matchup going with Winchester. Guy had about 5 assists tonight. And the best play I think he had was just getting him the ball down low and him just dishing to Neeson or Kruzniak driving to the lane. That was almost like taking candy away from a baby.
Right. If there's any plus in this game, it was that Sean played a much better game in the post. He may not have scored as many points as he's used to, but he passed out of the post real well. And
he sure did.
We've been hounding on him for a couple of years now to improve on that. And, tonight he started. I think he's got the idea. We've got people breaking into open areas, and he turned and looked to pass first, rather than just blatantly turning to go for a shot. I thought he made a big improvement on that tonight.
Even a couple of times there where he was in the paint and had a shot and passed it up to somebody else.
Unselfish.
And it's, real unselfish. He had a real nice pass there kind of around the back to Adams breaking in. Nice back door for a deuce there that was critical in that fourth quarter. And as Coach Koshtel said, boy, just unselfish play by Sean.
Well, Coach, maybe you can explain it to us. There were some rather odd calls made down the stretch in that long timeout, the officials going to the scorer's box. So what did they rule on that?
Yeah, what had happened was we were in the 1-and-1 sooner than what we ended up getting into the 1-and-1. It was a correctable error, and Eric should have been shooting a 1-and-1 2 or 3 possessions prior when he got fouled, and he wasn't allowed to go line. I guess the scores table didn't catch it. So what had happened is Eric shot the 1-and-1 and missed the front end, and then Sean shot his 2 free throws. I think he split those or missed them both. I'm not sure.
Split them.
Yeah.
Well,
we had 4 points right there that we threw away. I mean, there's a difference right there.
There was a number of times you missed them on the technicals, and that we said even to ourselves, this is going to down the stretch when it's close. You got to make your free throws, and
Winchester. They made their free throws.
Yeah, Winchester, he's the guy you wanted on the line, and he almost made that last free throw. It just bounced in and out, and that's a tough one.
Yeah, they hurt us on the free throw line. 22 for 25.
88%.
I think the first game they were roughly the same. They hurt us on the free throw. They made their free throws, so they won it at the free throw line, and we lost. All we had to do was shoot a little better, but
Sure.
Well, it came down to some shots here or there, and as the coach says too, the free throw line. There's a lot of different factors tonight, but boy, it sure was a whale of the ball game from start to finish, and just a real good performance by your ball club tonight.
Well, the kids always come to play hard, and they always play hard no matter how well or bad we play, and you got to give them credit for that. And I think somewhere along the line that's going to pay off for us. Like I've been saying all season, there's a lot of little things we're trying to fix and repair, and I saw some improvements tonight, but then we turned around and fell short in other areas that we've been doing better on. I guess it's consistency as well as upgrading some of the areas that we need to help him.
It's frustrating, but yeah, there were stretches there where the passing and the shot selection was just perfect, and then you'd get a little stagnant for 2 or 3 minutes. And I think a lot of it had to do with the Eagles. I mean, these two teams were very balanced. It just seemed that they had some matchups and you had some matchups, and it was kind of like two fighters going back and forth, and it came down went right down to the stretch. Great ball game.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, I'm sure you'd rather have the W, but the
I'd
effort
like to
was
give
there.
Eric Krushnak and A.J. Neeson a lot of credit offensively. I thought
They really
two
got
tandem
after it.
guards up top played real well, and they didn't turn the ball over up there, and they were able to create some penetrating, some nice shots inside the lane and some dishes. And we've been really after that all season, so I guess in the long run we're better off.
Well, maybe you can help us decide. We're trying to decide who the player of the game is for our Subway, and it's kind of hard because it was just so balanced with rebounding and scoring. Is there any one kid you think should deserve it?
Well, I'll tell you, they had 4 in double figures tonight, and just well-balanced attack for the Sabres. And I know that's one thing. When I played ball, that used to frustrate my coach was we'd go out and put together a game where we'd have 4 or 5 guys play really well, and the other team would have 2 guys eat it up, and that's kind of what happened here tonight. And they'd pull out the win, and that's kind of frustrating because you feel like your team went out there and you played a complete ball game, to whereas the other squad played a good game, but really only 2 guys did it for them. And that's kind of what happened here tonight. But yeah, 4 players in the books tonight with doubles for Coach Koshtel's squad. And
well, I think we might give it to the one kid that's probably improved his play over the last few weeks, Neeson. We'll give it to him. Really did a great job of dishing off and getting into the lane. The coach seems to agree. It's a good choice.
Yeah, he
deserves
played real
it.
well at both ends.
Good defensively. So we'll give him a free Subway. I'm sure he'll get through this loss by eating a Subway and taking one of his girlfriends out for a free eat. So
all right,
there he
Mike.
is. Already at the center court being flocked by his many girlfriends. So I think he's already shaking his loss off already.
Right.
Oh boy. Well, a good game here tonight as well, and we were looking forward to that. And Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks a lot.
Coach Gordon Koshtel on tonight's contest here as the Sabres were edged out 76-75, and our Subway player of the game tonight for Subway, Alex Neeson, as he had 17 points tonight to help pace the Sabre attack. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back and talk more about tonight's ball game and give you the final stats. We'll wrap this one up here from MCC. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to High School Sports on the only game in town, Q101.
If you've got a healthy appetite, stay tuned. The following message from Subway is intended for you. 2 for Tuesday is here. 2 for Tuesday is here. Go directly to your nearest participating Northern Michigan Subway location any Tuesday and get any 2 regular footlong sandwiches. Any 2 regular footlong sandwiches for one low price. One low price. Any 2 regular footlong sandwiches on your choice of 2 kinds of fresh baked bread. Piled high with your choice of any of our fresh free fixes for one low price. What's the catch? 2 for Tuesday is only on Tuesdays. Only for a limited time and only at participating Northern Michigan Subway locations. Remember, 2 for Tuesday at Subway. It's one healthy deal for anyone who has a healthy appetite. So what are you waiting for?
Subway, my way, Subway. 'Cause nothing tastes better than Subway, my way, Subway. A Subway mixed together at Subway.
2 for Tuesday.
Subway, Subway, my way.
And we're back here, post-game coverage of this Manistee Catholic Central contest tonight between the Sabres and the Eagles. Mike Juno along with Brett Allen on this Friday night. And we're going to wrap this thing up here. We'll give you some final stats and thoughts on this contest. Tonight for Lake Leelanau St. Mary's, leading the way with 26 was Nick Hannenberg. He's the 6'6" center of this ball club, and boy, he had a whale of a game tonight as he
sure did.
Had a lot of openings, and he's a big guy, and he just took it to the hole many, many times, and that contributed to his team's win tonight here, 76-75. Right behind him with 25 was Avery Bunnick, whatever you want to call him, it doesn't matter. He hit the game winner tonight, had the three-point tray falling away to give them that win tonight.
And his father came up to us before the game. How can I get a tape of this game? And
Yeah.
I think maybe he knew something we didn't.
I think we'll have
I'm
to...
sure this is one he'll want. One that the Sabre fans would just as soon forget. They've lost 2 games on their home court on last-second three-point shots. Those are the toughest way to lose. And we want to congratulate A.J. Neeson for getting the Subway Player of the Game.
Well,
he certainly deserved it. He was very frustrated. I gave it to him. He was happy to have the free meal, but he goes, well, you know, I trade the free meal for this win any time. And you lose a game by some missed free throws. Those are the toughest losses to deal with, because you know you should have won, but just some mental mistakes cost you the ball game. But all in all, a great ball game and a great effort by the Sabres. They got to get after it next week.
Right, Mike, as we get a little ahead of ourselves here just to finish up the stats on the St. Mary's squad. As Coach Kostel said, 22 of 25 tonight from the free throw line, 88% free throw shooting, and I'll tell you, you can go to the line and shoot that well, folks, you're going to win a lot of ball games. And, of course, that proved true here again tonight.
No doubt that is the stat of the game.
The Manistee Catholic Central Sabres tonight were led by Eric Krusniak's 22 points. Eric put on a show in the first half. He had 14 and then finished up with 8 in the second half. And he led the Sabre attack tonight. 3 players with 17, Josh Adams, Alex Neeson, the Subway Player of the Game, and Sean Winchester with 17. 4 players doubles tonight for Coach Gordon Kostel's squad. And as we said, just can't say enough, a well-balanced attack tonight and a real good ball game. Neeson gets our Subway Player of the Game tonight here on Q101 Sports. The Sabres, however, didn't do as well from the free throw line tonight. 6 of 13. They didn't go. They went about half as many times as the Eagles did. They only shot 46% from the line, and I hate to say that one. On the other hand, you shoot below 60%, you're not going to win too many ball games. No, and of course, that could be the telltale stat of the night here of this ball game.
Could be. It is.
Well, let's run down the scoring by quarters real quick to let you know how this one unfolded tonight. After 1 quarter of play, the Sabres led at 18-16. After 2 quarters of play, the Sabres trailed 39-35. So they were down 4 at the half. Well, they came out and in that second half got off to kind of a slow start, but then picked it up, and they trailed it after 3 quarters of play, 53-60. They were down 7 heading into that final stanza, and they outscored St. Mary's in that final stanza, 22-16. But however, it came down to 1 point, 76-75, the final here tonight in this ball game. And that 3-pointer by Bunnick is the difference between a win and a loss tonight for the Sabres. And we had fun bringing you tonight's ball game here from Manistee Catholic Central. Any final thoughts, Mike?
Well, this is a team that's proven they can shake off the losses. And you know, 3 weeks ago, John Curtis and myself, and I know you, we were discussing the Sabres were playing their best ball of the season, and just like that, they lose 3 in a row. All 3 games, the intensity was there, but the 3 teams they played, I guess, are on their top of their game as well. And you know, you fall behind, and it's tough to make up those spreads of 10, 15 points, and 8 points. But the Sabres, this is a game that, well, they should have won. But you know what? Games that you should win, you don't always win. And as you said, it came down to that last shot. But so far, the Sabres have been a fun team to cover, and what we'd like to see them get a few more wins as the season ends up really wrapping up, because you know they're a better team than what their record really displays right now. They are a better team than what it shows.
Well, you know, the one thought, too, and everyone will always remember this one, once it turns March Madness time,
yeah, and
it doesn't matter what you did during the regular season for the most part. It's what happens comes tournament time. Your record is wiped. You're back to nothing and nothing, and of course, it's a single elimination, but you never know what happens. I'll tell you, I've seen a couple of teams in the past few years. I saw a team up north a couple of years ago take a 2-17 record into the tournament and end up winning the district and the regionals.
Wow, yeah. If you're hot, you're hot at the right time.
You're hot at the right time. Right, Mike. I'll tell you, you can go places. You just put it together at the right time. And
sure.
Anybody, I mean, it's possible at any time we'll see what happens. We got a month to go until we kick off tournament time, and boy, that's going to be an exciting time with both these teams, the Manistee Catholic Central Sabres and the Manistee High Chippewas.
And this team probably has its best balance of the entire season. You have Kruzniak, Josh Adams, Neeson, and of course Fisher and Goodrich coming up from the bench, spotting them some good minutes. You know Winchester's going to give you a solid performance every game. This is a team that now has some good balance and can hurt a team in different ways. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I would say, in my analysis of the Sabre club, they are balanced. They have had a good balanced attack out there. But I think they're probably a forward short of making a run. And, you know, that's, you're not pointing fingers at anybody. You're not making excuses. But, you know, probably another rebounder out there, another consistent, solid rebounder. And somebody can put a few baskets through the hoop. And that can certainly add to a major offensive and defensive attack out there for your ball club. But, hey, it's going to be exciting once tournament time hits. And we'll see what happens with these ball clubs. Well, our final score, once again tonight here, we had a couple of close games here tonight, I'll tell you folks. Both games were real enjoyable. That JV contest ended up with the Sabres finishing the game with 4 players, and they ended up losing by 2 tonight. And, boy, and then this varsity game just wrapped it all up tonight in a good game of a good night of basketball here at MCC, as the Sabres drop a 76-75 decision here tonight to the the Lake Leelanau St. Mary's Eagles. Well, Brett Allen for Mike Juneau saying so long, everybody. Have yourselves a safe night and a great weekend.